So I did not get any video of us planting, but we got it planted. All right now, good morning to you. It's Saturday morning. It's about 40 degrees out here. We're gonna plant some cabbage today. We gotta get these in the ground. It's a beautiful morning. I done walked the field and check everything out. These tropic giants are turning out to be some really huge heads. I gotta spray some BT over here. Look like got some worms coming in here. But these will be some really, really huge heads. I got old red warming up. I got some fish fertilizer in here that I was spraying. I'm gonna load that into the water wheel transplanter. We'll add a little fish fertilizer to the water we're gonna use here for the plants. Took my morning walk out here. Did a little spraying yesterday, a little additional fertilizing. The fields are still wet, but I was able to go through without sliding and messing up a row. When we made these rows with that plastic mulch better, there's a wheel on there, and that wheel has to be down for it to spread fertilizer. Well, on some of the rows we forgot to put the wheel down, and this is one of them. And if you can look at the difference, this one's a lot more healthy over here compared to this row here. And we got another row over here that's very, very obvious. So what I've been trying to do is spray these with fish fertilizer a little more than the other ones. You see this one's very obvious. The rows on the side of it are much healthier looking. So we're trying to combat that. It's a lesson learned. That's the plastic mostly over there. But it's a lesson learned. We got to keep that wheel down when we're making these beds. The goal here this morning, what I'm doing, I went through those rows yesterday and got kind of kicked up with mud. Go grab my scraper and kind of clean off the inside of the tires. We're gonna hook up to this water wheel transplanter and get the tanks filled on that. Get this sprayer tank off, set down somewhere, and be ready for when my dad gets here to plant. We'll get here and knock some of this mud off on the inside. But by the time I drive up there, most of this is gonna clean off. But I got a low area back there, so I'm gonna clean it off right where those tracks are. So every time I'm cleaning off a tool, I clean it off there because it's a low spot just to kind of collect that dirt. All right. Tractor's been warming up for about maybe 10 minutes. I cut the heater on, and oh boy. Oh yeah, it's nice and warm in here already. I'll say this, it's warm in here. It's not super warm, like let's say like a car or something like that, but it's warm enough. And the tractor's only been running maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But after it's been ran for a while, I should warm up some more. I left these windows open last night. They got some kind of little bugs in here. I want to get them out. Come on, little bugs, y'all make y'all way out of here. Go ahead. Did say by the time I get on the road, most of this mud will clean itself off the tires, but just backing up that little distance knocks them off. But I still want to clean on the inside real quick. Got most of the mud cleaned off. Like I said, I just wanted to drop it all here in this low spot. When I drive off, it's gonna track off. I'm gonna make a pass in the field. I just don't wanna leave all this mud on the road on my way out. My neighbors keep their vehicles clean. So if I can track this mud back here in the garden, it's a better place for it to be. And I want the tractor to warm up, but I gotta remember to close the freaking door. Make a pass through the field. Clean some of this mud off the tires, drop this water tank and connect to the water wheel transplanter and get it filled up and ready to go. I may go up to that field. We planted some cabbage by hand yesterday, probably like 180, maybe 200 heads. They really need to be watered in, so I may make a pass and go and water those in. before we start planting the rest of them, just to get that out of the way this morning while I got time. So I got the water wheel planter filled. I had a little electrical issue with my, okay, so this valve that lets off the water, it used to be a spring valve that was connected here, and the rider could move this lever to cut it off and on. Well, the valve was clogged full of gunk from the previous owner, so we switched it out, and I had a bright idea to put a solenoid on there, and I got it running to a battery in the tractor right here. You know those Old Harbor Freight connections you can get for your pumps? I did have it in the 12 volt like the cigarette lighter thing, but I had to kind of engineer that wire, and it didn't work out, and I did not feel like re-putting connectors on there this morning. I didn't want to fight that. We got about 1,600 head of cabbage that need to go in. Well, 1,400. We planted 180 yesterday. We got the cabbage loaded up. I'm gonna head up to the field where we planting this and drop off this trailer, and then come back this way so that everything is there when it's ready to get started. All right, I'm gonna head up to the field and drop this cabbage off. On the side by side, I probably should have put the windshield on. The windshield is seasonal. During the summertime, it's not worth riding with the windshield on, but right now it's about 45 degrees, and going down the road with no windshield is at 45 is gonna probably feel like 30-ish maybe, but we're gonna get there. Yeah, man. That 45, boy. I was only doing 25 here, but that 45 is something else with no windshield. It's probably not something I'm gonna put on today, but we're gonna get it done. Let me drop this trailer and head back to the house and get everything else ready. This is the field we're planting in today. These first 2 rows we planted a few weeks ago, and they were actually underneath water for about a day, maybe a day and a half. We got a real big rain, this whole field flooded, and I came and took a look at them, and they were probably, man, 2-3 inches underwater. I don't know what to expect from it. I got some fertilizer on them to kind of give them a little shake back. I need to get some water on them. It hadn't rained again since then. This 3rd row, my dad and I came out and planted it by hand, but by the time we got done, I said, man, it's dry enough that in the next day or 2, we can get the tractor in here. So I'm dropping this trailer off. We're gonna plant probably half, if not more, of this in this space, and then hopefully in the next 2-3 days that field over there gets dry, and we can pull up some rows and get the rest of this cabbage in the ground. I gotta make one stop by my aunt's house and drop something off to her, and then from there I'll be headed back home. The plan is to start at around 12. It's right at 11:30 right now. Got the water in the planter. I got that. I got some fertilizer in there, some fish fertilizer to start the plants, and yeah, we're gonna be planting today. We're gonna go visit my aunt real quick, and then we'll probably start around 12. That's about 30 minutes. All right, so we are headed out, getting ready to plant some cabbage. My dad is already up in the field, waiting on me and my wife. I'm gonna drive the tractor up and down. My wife's gonna take the truck, and we're gonna get this cabbage plant started. It's about a 3-minute ride in the tractor, maybe 5 minutes. I like to putt around sometimes. This field we're going to, it's a little bit wet. Like I showed you earlier, the cabbage that's already planted up there, it got flooded out about a week and a half ago. It was completely underwater. I didn't get any video of it. I think I might have got out and taken a picture. I might upload some video if I did, or an image or something. But those rows up there, when we We made the bed with the plastic mulch layer. We missed some rows of fertilizer up there as well. Very hard lesson to learn this year because the difference in the cabbage health is very obvious on the rows that didn't get fertilized when we made those beds. So something we definitely don't want to mess up next year. I can go up to about, I think this tractor gets up to about 19. It's a TYM 574. When I first got it, I was going full speed on the road, man, full speed. The steering's a little bit shaky, and I'm in no big rush. Well, I might be in a rush. My dad's been waiting on me probably the last 30 minutes, so we got the water tanks filled up. I got some fish fertilizer in there to get a cabbage a good start. Got about 14 heads to put in. I don't think we're going to have enough room, but I know we're not going to have enough room. I did the math already. But we're going to plant everything we can plant. We got 5 rows open to plant up here. So it'll be close to 800-900 heads maybe. I think we did right under 180 heads on the first row. Each row is not the same length because the headland kind of curves. So we'll put in as many as we can get and then pray for no rain for about 3 or 4 days. We can pull up some more rows in the other field next to this one and plant some more cabbage. Now in this other field, the rest of the cabbage we have to plant, I'm not going to bother with the plastic mulch. I'm going to spread some fertilizer out, hopefully get a chance to till it in, pull up some rows, and just plant directly in the soil. We're late in the season, we're late in the fall, it's December, so I'm not too much worried about grass or weeds growing in. So we'll plant directly in the soil. Now when I planted the rest of this cabbage, I'm glad I did put it in the plastic mulch because we had a lot of grass. And we got them kind of staggered, 2 across the top of the row. That would have been hard to cultivate with a tool on the tractor. And it's just a lot of cabbage to go out and mainly go around it, you know. I'm not saying that it couldn't be done, but why do it if you don't have to, you know? The first run of cabbage we planted, we got some nice heads forming. I was hoping I could be selling cabbage for New Year's. I can tell it's not gonna go that way. The cabbage I planted last year, I want to say it was stonehead, and they got mature real quick. They made heads real quick, but the heads were real small, probably about 3 or 4 pound heads, maybe 2 to 3 pound heads. These here are real round. Last year I did see an 8 pound head out of the bunch. That was the largest one, but I say between 5 to 7 pounds a head. All of this stuff is going to market. We have a little spillover that, you know, I post on Facebook and people will come out and buy cabbage, but that was real effective for New Year's. I don't think I'm going to have heads ready for New Year's, so I don't know how the public sale is going to go this year. I think people are still coming by cabbage, but a lot of people are cooking cabbage before New Year's. Before New Year's. I got this heater on in here. Man, I tell you what, sitting in the yard, didn't blow much heat. But once I got this tractor running, it's hot. I got a jacket and a hoodie on, but it's pretty hot. Which I better take all the heat I can. My wife's gonna be driving the tractor and I'm gonna be on the back with my dad. We won't be going fast, but it's a about 45 degrees out today. Probably around 50 now. I got up this morning, it was right below 40. And I gotta pay attention here. Because in order for me to get to the field, I gotta go the wrong way on a 4-lane highway, which there's normally a lot of traffic right here. Which there's normally a lot of tractor traffic in this area anyway. So most drivers are looking out. Yep, my dad's already here. I'll flip the camera around when we get to the field. And it feels, this other field looks like it's drying a lot better than the field where we have the cabbage. The other field is to the left. I don't want to move my camera, but it's over here. Yeah, I just ripped my camera off the mount. I'm gonna get the tractor set up on the other side. My wife will be here in a minute to drive. And my dad and I'll be on the back. We got 4 rows. I thought we had, I said 5, but we planted 1 row by hand yesterday or the day before. So we only got 4 rows. This will probably take us less than an hour if everything goes according to plan. Alright, wait for the wife to get here. Drop this thing in 4-wheel. 4-low, baby, 4-low. And we'll get this planting started. I'll probably leave the this camera in here with my wife. I got a camera on the back of the planter. It's got a different view. I'll try to mix those videos together. So I did not get any video of us planting, but we got it planted. I'm coming back to pick up the trailer. We didn't even pinch that trailer, man. We didn't make a dent. Need that other side to dry up so we can get the rest of this cabbage in the ground. I had every intention on getting some content of us planting, but it's like, you know, once you get everybody together, everything is set, ready to go. My wife was here ready to drive the tractor. My dad was ready to plant. I was ready to plant. Spent a lot of prep time this morning getting ready to plant. You just kind of get to work and forget to hit record or find a spot for the camera. But this is the cabbage we got in the ground. These first 2 rows you see, we planted those about 2 weeks ago, I would say. And the rest of it we got in today. Right here in these 1, 2, 3, right at the end, you see where we stopped planting. It got super wet and the back end of the tractor was sliding and it was causing the wheel to grind up on the whole stand and everything. So we just pulled up right there. We'll come back and plant those by hand. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows planted in today. And we're waiting for that field over there to dry up. We can get there before the rain. It is the rainy season. But that's my day. I'm not doing it anymore. I probably could. I just ordered that viral foot massager thing off of TikTok. Amazon just dropped it off. I'm headed home. Taking a good shower and we're gonna see what that be like. Till next time.